We're one day away from celebrating Christmas. What a fantastic way to welcome you to Trendz on SABC. It is Saturday, the 24th of December, and we're broadcasting to you live from our studios in Auckland Park, Johannesburg. My name is Pearl Shongwe. Do stay with us for a great hour of all that's new and trending on the African continent. Music lovers graced the Polokwane Cricket Club last week Saturday for the annual Mapum Arts Festival, known as the province's biggest social and cultural event, celebrating diversity through the arts and heritage. The music extravaganza featured a lineup of renowned artists from Mzansi as well as from other African countries. Let's take a look.
A night definitely to remember. South African as well as other musicians from the continent entertained the crowds, mesmerizing them with great sounds. The musical affair included international acts like Angelique Kidjo, who performed her classic, taking the audience down memory lane. Kidjo rounded off her performance interacting with her fans. This she calls her gift to South Africa.
It's always a moment of reconciliation with myself when I come to Africa, because I travel a lot and I go to different cultures, different places, and you have to adapt. The only place I don't have to adapt is when I come to Africa, especially when I come here. So it's the continent that nurtures everything I do. That is my backbone, and wherever I go in Africa, for me, is home. So it's always good to come home and to sing to the people that knows you better than anybody else in the world. And it's humbling at the same time, and it's also powerful and empowering.
Kaifa Semenya bridged the generation gap with his own classics that got the young and the old singing along.
One thing that really fascinates me, that also humbles me, is to see so many young people singing this music and dancing and understanding what they are singing about. You know, I mean, it's really humbling. Yeah, because by now, you know that we should be have-beens.
Songstress Zonke Dikana thrilled the throngs of fans with her hits from the critically acclaimed 2011 album Ina Ete and her latest album Work of Heart.
There's something about a live band on stage that makes you want to get up, you know, because these are the very same songs that are on CD. It's just that now they sound different because they're live. And of course, being the musician that I am, in between I'll have a different arrangement because you can't have the CD and also have the very same arrangement on stage. So on stage you gotta perform. That's when the songs really come to life.
As families wind down their hectic lives and get together to celebrate the festive season, what better way to relax than with a feel-good and hilarious film currently on circuit called Almost Christmas. The star-studded cast include the likes of Danny Glover, the ever-so-loud and proud Monique, and the gracious Gabriel Union, among others. The film is about love, family, fights, forgiveness, and food. And I mean plenty of good old soul food. Let's take a look.
Nothing says the holidays quite like family.
I wasn't expecting you for another day or two. Your room's upstairs.
But the liquor's in the dining room.
Hey, Walter, is the family coming for Christmas?
Every single one of them.
Rachel. Where's your husband?
Ex-husband.
Oh.
Hey, Rachel. You know he's single.
Okay, Mama. So sorry about your loss. The African-American woman is the backbone of the black family.
Who is this white man?
What's with those pink pants, Malibu Barbie?
They gonna kill each other out there. Uh-oh, somebody got a boyfriend. I got vibrators older than that child.
My great-grandmother, the favorite dish was her sweet potato pie. And I can just taste it as I'm talking to you. I could just taste it like it was yesterday. And I remember when she passed away, the first holiday, I asked my mother, she said, well, I'm gonna make Mama's pie. And, you know, so everybody will feel like we're, you know, still all together. And we were like, oh, that's beautiful, yeah. And we were at the table and she made the pie. And nobody was eating it. We were all looking around. She was like, well, how does everybody enjoy the pie? And I think it was my uncle that said, well, this don't taste like Mama's pie. And then we all just started, you know, laughing. And I've been wanting to taste my great-grandmother's sweet potato pie for 15-some years now, and no one can make it. So that was kind of the foundation of this story of, you know, of this pie, of losing someone and then wanting to reconnect with them through the sensation of taste.
Dave lets you know. You can hear him bellowing behind the camera. You can hear him yelling, I love it, it was perfect, or that big, hearty, deep, resonant laugh that he has. And the actors really love it because they know when they got it right. If they don't hear Dave yelling behind the camera, they know they got to do it again. But they always know because he gives them great feedback when they nail it.
Hey, what are you doing here? Hey, Merry Christmas.
A lot of us, we've known each other for a long time. Me and Monique did Two Can Play That Game like 15 years ago. Romney and I, this is now our 4th movie. And Nicole, I've been friends with for a long time with her and her husband Boris. So it's like family reunion for most of us.
This movie's for everybody. You know, this movie is for black people, white people, anybody with a family. Anybody with a family that, if it's anything like my family, has a healthy amount of dysfunction. You know, the saying is you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, right? So I think what makes me feel the best about this movie is that we're not making an African-American movie. We're making a movie that happens to have African-American actors in it, but it's a universal story.
Wish you a wonderful, blessed and safe festive season. I wish you that you can be able to enjoy the special time with your loved ones.
I'd love to wish you a merry, 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 beautiful Christmas and a safe one too.
What was, the week like in terms of CITES?
I saw there was a news insert about there being genetically engineered sort of rhino horns that have been introduced now. And then that has sort of now been rejected. They're saying that it's sort of going to promote poaching as per se.
The concern that's been raised by law enforcement in that particular regard has been that how do you distinguish between the original and the fake?
Yes.
Because it's going to make it difficult to police.
The rhino horn is the same quality as the nail. If you want something from the rhino horn, just cut your nail and do whatever. What was most striking for me was how the pangolin came into the picture. And that was interesting for me because a few years ago in Zimbabwe, if you found a pangolin and you handed it over, you would have an audience with the president.
Wow.
Yeah, and you would be given a certain amount of money. And
wow.
Once that program started, almost every week there was somebody who was getting an audience with the president.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. Now, it is important that you look good this summer, and obviously your hair is your crown, so it always has to be on point. We caught up with style gurus to give you some tips on some trendy hairstyles that you could be trying this season. Let's have a look.
Braids have made a huge comeback, and we've seen this trend coming up. If you remember braids back in the day, they were only just before even the word protective styling came into existence. They were used to protect hair during harsh winter months, and we've seen the trend over the past 4 years, I'd say. Braids have just come out of winter season into spring, summer, and now everybody just wears it throughout the year. A lot of people are wearing color. Just making braids really fun. Different colors, so your solid, bright colors, hence the bright and bold candy colors that we came up with recently for summer. For girls to really spice up their braids this summer and have fun, play around with different colors. So we've got a range called the bright and bold candy colors. We're also going to be launching very soon in January another leg which is called the sorbet colors.
This is an all-season style. I've used 5 packets. The style is very versatile, it's very light, and the maintenance of this hair is not a problem because you don't need to wear a hairnet when sleeping. You can just sleep like that. You can go swimming as long as you remember to always wash off the chlorine from the hair with hydrating shampoo for your scalp. Braids are so versatile. You can style them anyhow, you can wear them anyhow, you can wear them to weddings, you can wear them to parties, you can wear them to school, provided you're wearing the correct color for school.
There are various colors, and I might be calling out your blues and your greens, but when you look at your skin tone, they're suitable for dark skin tones, which people are very scared to play around with color because of their skin tone to begin with, right? But they are meant for various people that can with different skin tones. But over and above that, there are other products. For example, if people are scared to look at color and maybe they don't even want to look at braids to begin with, they can start looking at our Out of Africa range, which is more natural style inspired styles, like your afro, your curly big afro. So those are the styles that are trending for other people that are preferring different styles. You also have weaves that are curly, that are straight, and you can play around with colors, safer colors and brighter colors. I mean, obviously color is not for everyone, but it would be really nice to start seeing people this summer playing around with color, just to spice up life a little bit.
And these colors here, you see them here, it's classic colors. The name of the hairstyle is Regina, and this is convenient because it's the wake up and go. So in the morning, you just shake it and go. And it takes about 1 hour 30 minutes to complete the whole look, hey? And it's easy maintenance.
This is a Kingston braid. It's a very bold, natural look. And it comes in a variety of colors. You have your copper colors. This is a sort of warm reddish color. And I used a crochet technique to install this. It's protective styling, which means that I did the cornrows first, and then I literally crocheted the hair on top of the cornrows, so you don't get to pull the hair. And then in terms of maintenance, it's very easy to maintain. As you can see, it's a natural look. What you do is you run your fingers through it, and then that's it, just like that. You are ready to go.
For decades now, we've known Rooibos tea to contain multiple health benefits. Over the years, it's gained a great deal of popularity and is now being used in various different products, including facial creams and bath soaps. Interestingly, though, it's also being used as a base in cocktails. This latest trend is taking the bar scene by storm, so of course we had to get the full 411.
Ever heard of Rooibos-infused cocktails? No? Me neither. So let's go check out this new trend.
A Rooibos cocktail movement has taken over bars across the world's cocktail capitals of London, New York, Cape Town, and is heading up to Johannesburg. It has been dubbed by mixologists as this season's favorite party mixer. We caught up with Justin Kramer of the Union Pop-Up Bar, which pops up all around Johannesburg, to tell us a bit more about this growing trend.
When it comes to cocktails, what we like to do is use flavors that complement alcohols.
So as you would do making food in a restaurant or at home. So the nice thing about Rooibos is it has very herbal notes, and that's why it complements really nicely to be used as a base in a cocktail and to mix with it. The first cocktail is what we call Wag the Dog. It's a Rooibos cherry, basically gin and tonic, and then in that we garnish with cinnamon and star anise, and that's what makes particularly Rooibos nice to mix with gin, is that gin has a lot of infusions in it as a white-based spirit, and then they infuse herbs and spices into gin, so that's why it complements so nicely. The other one is a raspberry martini. There we use Rooibos, raspberry, a bit of lemon, muddle raspberries in there, and then it's a martini, so a vodka-based drink. Again, really nice complement with the Rooibos because vodka is again a white spirit, easy to mix with it. What we've noticed is people enjoy South African things in a kind of patriotic sense, and when they see Rooibos it feels like it's close to home. So it always seems that it's one of those that they enjoy choosing when they look through our menu and come and join us for a cocktail.
And while this is becoming popular on the party scene, Rooibos remains an agent of multiple health benefits indigenous to South Africa and specifically the Western Cape. Adele Ditoe of the SA Rooibos Council, which aims to promote Rooibos both locally and internationally, gave us some insight into the herb and some of its benefits.
Rooibos is gaining immense popularity through bars all over the world, and even in Europe, where they're big tea drinking nations. They really love the benefits of Rooibos tea, and coming from Africa, being unique, only grown in South Africa, it really is a talking point for people in Europe as well as in the East. Japan is also a big tea drinking nation, and they love their Rooibos tea. So one of the Rooibos Council's roles is to actually fund research. You know, Rooibos has been available for a long time, but only now are we seeing through scientific research the most amazing health benefits that it can provide. So all the way through cancer prevention, heart disease prevention, it's excellent because it's caffeine free, so people like drinking drinks that aren't too high in caffeine. Carb free for those banting lovers, there's no carbs or sugar in Rooibos tea. It's also excellent for obesity. You know, South Africa is the second most obese country in the world, which is detrimental to our health, and Rooibos actually helps to fight obesity and secondary diseases from obesity like diabetes. And the other thing about Rooibos tea, which I'm very excited about, is that actually it helps to manage stress. Now, stress is one of those diseases that really creeps up on you. We call it the silent killer, and Rooibos tea actually helps to take the cortisol hormone responsible for stress and actually tone that down.
While most cocktails are often packed with just as many calories as a donut, swapping calorie-rich ingredients for Rooibos, which contains no fat or carbohydrates, offers not only a great slimming alternative but also contains disease-preventing antioxidants.
While trends come and go, every woman deserves a perfect pair of jeans that will transform and enhance her look. Hyde Park Corner, north of Johannesburg, once again played host to the stylish and fabulous event where ladies were treated to a raw shopping experience, spoiled for choice and with plenty of advice on all the denim do's and don'ts. The likes of television and radio host Lute Love and Moonchild Sanelli shared their views too.
With this outfit because I feel like that just epitomizes street cool chic for me. I mean, it's Stan Smith. You can't go wrong with Stan Smith, you know what I mean? And also considering the shape of my chino, you know, it's sort of 3/4, you know what I mean? So I wanted people to actually focus on the aesthetic, you know, rather than me just being pretty. I'm always in heels, you know what I mean? So I thought, why not switch it up?
I'm dressed in, or rather draped, dripping with swag, who I'm dressed in G-Star Raw. Why did I pick this outfit? Because it makes sense. It's about everything that I stand for. You know, I was asked to speak about my style tonight and I had to pick something that explained that really well without me having to say anything before I explained it myself. So I picked this jacket because I'm obsessed with jackets. I'm already thinking about next winter. I love baggy pants, pairing them with heels. I'm going through a phase of showing my stomach off, so I picked it because it makes sense with my personality, and also these colors are pretty great. There's a lot of things I could have picked in the store, but these just stood out for me tonight.
I had to find something that works with me, and this is my comfort. It's like sneakers, tackies, heels, all that jazz. So I'm really comfortable. It's very comfortable and very classic. It's not a trend. It's a lifestyle.
You have to be comfortable in everything you wear, otherwise you kind of lack confidence, because you're either pulling something or you're trying to keep something in the right place or whatever the case is. So comfort is important in the sense that it gives you that extra boost, because you know you got it. You ain't got to worry about it moving or doing anything like that. It also gives you room to be free and move, because you're constantly on the move as an artist. You're doing different things. Comfort is absolutely everything, which is why I prefer sneakers over everything else. I'm on my feet for long hours, so if I'm comfortable, I'm cool, I'm not frustrated. Right now my toes hurt, so I'm just like, I want to go home. But comfort matters because it just makes everything else easier. You've already got a lot on your mind. The least, the thing you don't really need to worry about is what you wear.
Comfort is really important for me because I literally can't function if I'm uncomfortable. Like you said, I'm an artist, so for my art to come out in its purest form, I need to be in my most comfortable form, So flats, slacks, cotton or breathable fabrics as well, something very, very important to me so that I can be able to perform at my optimum level.
It's very important to look good and be comfortable at the same time, because how are you trying to be pulling out down your dress when you're trying to do an interview? How are you trying to get down when you're wearing a freakum dress and you're trying to be about the party, So the thing about it is they've got the bag, they've got the androgynous feel to it, but they've got the sexiness to it. So I find the balance with comfort and still being sexy without trying too hard.
The three things essential for me in my suitcase this summertime is definitely something very cheesy. It's lip stuff, because I don't want dry lips. A bikini, because we're here for the water. And more than anything, I think my phone, just for all the memories, the moments. And I know you said 3, but I want to add a 4th one, a book, because I think it's very important to not only always focus on your phone, but to just calm down and get lost in a different world for a bit. Words are amazing. I talk a lot. I use words. I read words. So a book is nice to just simmer down after a really, really cool night. Yeah.
I can't do summer. In fact, I can't do life without denim. All right, whether it's a denim jacket, whether it's denim pants, jeans, whatever, denim dress, I can't deal with life without denim, first of all. I think summer, everyone needs a swimsuit, no matter your shape, form, size, you need one, a beautiful one. And also just a cool white tee, fam. Kick it.
Leotard with straps on the leg. Second would be cut out top. More like a dress rather. It helps hide the cellulite or the places that you are uncomfortable about. And brown fishnets, they make you feel like you've got fit legs, but you look sexy as hell, and you're comfortable, but you're wearing something, and it's kind of invisible. So it's just one of those key things. I feel like, when you have the problem areas.
Hi, this is Mabala the Flame, and you are watching Trendz.
Hey yo, you know what time it is? I go by name of Fifi Cooper, all the way from Mapum. Just wanna say Happy Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year to everybody. If you're watching this, have a ball. This is the festive season, baby. Trust me, Fifi Cooper signing out.
Christmas message, find family. Family first. Christmas is about family. No matter whether you have 2 or 35 or 1,000, just be with your family. People that genuinely, it's about genuineness. So be around people that genuinely love you. No filter, no Instagram, just true love.
Animation, virtual reality and games. We have all of that and other technology and social media news.
I've got the full version of the game at home, so I play it a lot at home.
We also tell you how Africans are using tech to improve their lives.
We have to close the digital gap.
So join us on Network for your African technology and social media news. That's Network with Ms. Pumelele Zondi every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central African Time.
SABC News on point with news around the world. Live transmissions to keep you informed. When history unfolds, we are there.
At which Clinton and her supporters painted an optimistic portrait of America.
Statues of the woman who led the march to the Union buildings in Pretoria in 1956 have been unveiled against the walls of the State Theatre in Pretoria. Sophie de Bruyn, Lillian Ngoyi, Helen Joseph and Rahima Musa led 20,000 other women to the Union buildings against the Dompasas in 1956.
It is for the youth to take the baton that we have already handed over to them.
What has happened to South Africa? Utheni in my postcards.
Stay tuned to News Today at 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday on SABC News.
Welcome back to Trendz on SABC. Now, earlier on when I saw that our guest performances would be a band called Kitchen Mess, this here behind me is certainly not what I expected. I will be chatting to the vocalist of the band before we get into the live performance, and let's just find out a little bit more about Kitchen Mess. Interesting name. What does it mean? Where does it come from? How did you guys form a group?
Well, we are musicians, and we decided, you know what, we want to incorporate the music and the food that we love. You know, we also lovers of food, so we decided, you know what, we're actually going to call it Kitchen Mess and come up with a beautiful sound that we already have and we've established throughout the years we played together, and yeah, here we are today.
Talking about that sound, what is the sound, the core sound that you bring to the industry?
It will have to be jazz. It'll have to be jazz. We take everything from hip hop to lounge to jazz to old school hip hop to R&B. We just mix it up and turn it and give it a new feel, more jazzy feel to it. Yeah.
And how have you been finding the South African music landscape? How has it been receiving you so far?
Well, great, actually great. They love what we do to the music. We love what we do to their renditions. I mean, our renditions are mostly jazz influenced. So whatever we do, we try and jazz it up. We try and neo-soul it up so that it's appealing to people. You know, even our crowd loves it. So the music industry is enjoying the sound.
Outside of the jazz sound, what else do you bring into your live performances that will make any young or old person get up and groove to the sound?
I think the energy that we bring on stage, you know, besides the jazz, you know, the every time when we do renditions, we try and we accommodate the young and the old. So sometimes people will hear lyrics from the songs that they love, but in a more jazzy way, and that's when they, you know, get excited and be like, oh wow, that's the song that they're actually playing. Wow.
Fantastic. Kitchen Mess, we're looking forward to a wonderful performance by you guys, so I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. Thank you.
Something's coming over me. I haven't been the same since that evening, no, that I July's from you filled me with life-changing feelings, no. Was it all a dream? Since then your face I haven't seen. I'd do almost anything, no, to get back to that night. Oh no, I miss you. I wish that you were here with me. It felt chemistry, something like a spiritual connection. Oh, you felt it too. That is why your heart came in my direction. Oh, something that I can never feel. 'Cause where you are is a mystery, yeah. You know why? 'Cause I'll do almost anything, anything, anything to get back to that night, yeah. 'Cause I miss you, and I wish that you were here with me. It felt so true, so true, but it only happened that night. 'Cause I miss you, yeah. I wish that you were here with me. It felt so true.
Fantastic stuff coming through from Kitchen Mess. Well, moving on, the South African music industry took a big turn earlier in the year with Mabala Noise signing some of 2016's best performers. Nasty C dropped his debut album Bad Hair for free on social media. Du Bois worked with international artists Tiger, and Gigi Lemaine has already, in just a couple of weeks after she dropped her debut album, sold gold. It truly has been a wonderful year for Mabala Noise. They even had me wondering if they were interested in signing television anchors. But that's not the point. Let's take a look at how it all came together for them.
Mabala Noise Entertainment made a groundbreaking announcement this week. The company is signing 12 South African acts that are set to take the entertainment industry by storm and giving Africa a global status. Household names that keep serving the best hits in the music industry, such as Zola, Zakwe, Pro, the Major League DJs, DJ Finzo, Gigi Lemaine, and Nasty C are some of the musicians that had their magic signatures on the dotted lines. The company is not only limited to musicians, they also revealed the signing of Kanye Mbao, actor KCBia, Latoya Makene, and Mbalinkosi.
One is that we have different divisions in Mabala. One, we today announced a division of celebrity catalog and personalities, which in the main, the company's responsibility moving forward would be to do the PR around them, brand them, find endorsements for them, and placements where they can participate in the scheme of entertainment.
The signing of Nasty C raised eyebrows as media had reported him to soon be part of the internationally acclaimed rapper Jay-Z's stable.
I don't know, man, that deal didn't go through. I don't feel bad about it. I always said, I even said on Twitter and in a couple interviews, if it doesn't meet what I want, I'm not going to do it.
Am I ever gonna quit? Hell no.
Nasty C has been an independent artist since he stepped into the scenes, creating big singles and really changing the sound of hip-hop today. One can only wonder how Mabala Noise Entertainment managed to bag the rising star.
Trust me, it's not a rumor, it's a fact, because before we actually decided to work with Nasty C, we did a background check of all those rumors, and it's true. We are already linking with international guys, or PR. We are already building relations out there. And the only difference is that Rock Nation or Universal International would have signed Nasty C, or they may have decided to sign Rick. But in the main, trust me, they can actually even make you bigger. Nasty C, like I said, is the biggest thing now. You can build a Justin Bieber of Africa out of him. He's young, the talent is there.
I feel like it was a smart decision on my behalf, and it's something that I really don't regret, because I actually brought myself closer to people that are well driven and people that know business, in all shape and form. So for me, it's not even about like a record deal and to come and join with the other artists and whatever. It's purely based on the fact that Reggie understands business and he's also in touch with the music side of it. So he knows what to do, when to do it, how to do it, you know, and with who to do it, you know. So for me to join a stable like that, obviously it's home also because the people that are here are actually cool, and this jacket looks good on me.
First verse in the Bible, Genesis was the chapter.
Female rapper Gigi Lemaine has ditched the management company she was signed under Dream Team with the intention to further her company and expand her reach in the game.
Shout out to Dream Team, man. I know people are wondering how that switch happened, but I mean, Dream Team was a management company, and I was looking for a stable, a home where I was able to get people to contribute to my creative process, people who I could grow with, who I could learn with, you know. And I mean, I do have a company. I just launched at 22, and I need a lot of guidance, and Mabala was willing to do that for me. So I mean, for me, it was a strategic move, but also a move where I just felt like I needed somewhere to belong, and I think this is going to be home for me.
This signing has got the Decade of Gigi fired up.
This was part of the Decade of Gigi Lemaine, and it came at a very good time, you know. I feel like we're amped, the petrol is there now the car can start moving. We've just had the single featuring Utankani Skupu launched on radio stations. It's been amazing, and like I'm saying, with Mabala Noise, I honestly feel like there'll be strides for female rappers in Africa where we're able to penetrate into new territories and people can take us seriously there.
For those who keep chanting "we want more" when Nasty C is cracking the whip on the mic, worry not, because more is coming our way sooner than you think.
The album is almost done. I think I'm just doing the final touches right now. And September, I really want to drop in September.
Any collaborations?
Yeah, they are, but it's not really people that, you know, people would expect me to feature. It's really people that, because I've always said that I like to feature people that are bringing a different element to a song. I want to feature you because of your talents and not because of your name. So I just featured a couple dudes. I featured Tejo and a dude called Teleman from Durban.
I ain't got my motherfucking juice back.
In a world of anthropomorphic animals, optimistic Kwala Buster Moon is the owner of a music theatre who fell in love with the world of show business ever since his father took him to his very first music show as a child. But Moon's theatre is in financial trouble and is in danger of closing down. He then comes up with a plan to save his theatre by hosting a singing competition, with the prize being $1,000, despite having only random stuff in his briefcase.
Your neighbor, the grocery store manager, that chicken, right there. Everyone in this city gets a shot at being a star live on my stage.
Sing, a 3D computer-animated musical comedy film, is produced by Illumination Entertainment and was written and directed by Garth Jennings. The film stars the voices of Reese Witherspoon, Seth MacFarlane, Scarlett Johansson, John C. Reilly, Tori Kelly, Taron Egerton and Nick Kroll, as well as Matthew McConaughey as Buster Moon.
It's a unanimous experience, I think, for an adult or children. It's fun. It's got little lessons in there, overcoming your fears, what have you, that are good for all of us. It's got innocence. It's still got adult relationships, so it doesn't pander to the adults. It really doesn't pander to the kids either. And the music is absolutely sensational. The music is really sensational.
Are you okay? Oh, yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Nick Kroll is behind the incredibly funny and fabulous pig who has a passion for performing, Gunther.
A lot of these characters have great emotional journeys. Gunther does not. Gunther seems to be not troubled by any emotional issues. He's just psyched to be there. He's positive. He's filled with piggy power. And yeah, it's just a really fun, he's just a very fun, lively character who wants to dance, has no issues, loves his body, loves to perform, and is there to sort of help Reese's character come out of her shell a little bit. And so it was a very fun, I feel very lucky to be I feel lucky to be part of the whole movie, but specifically Gunther is just so silly and just having a great time. It's like what all of us, I think, would hope to be as performers, which is when you're performing it, you know, just like let go. And he really lets it go.
Singer Tori Kelly also landed a role in this musical animation as young Nina, who has an incredible vocal talent but cannot overcome her fear of the stage.
the reason why I connect to Mina so much is I saw myself in her and how she tries to sort of figure out what that fear is. Why am I so afraid of being on stage? And you know, once she is on stage and finally just lets herself go, you know, she's able to realize that the music is a lot bigger than her fear. So I think that's why I was able to connect with her so much, because I still feel that all the time.
Birthday to you.
If I had a voice like Mina's, I'd be a superstar by now. Just singing, ooh yeah. I
Sure you would,
ooh,
Grandpa.
yeah.
Now blow out your candles.
With most animated films comes an underlying message, and Sing is no different. But what sets this film apart from the thousands before it?
There's really kind of something for everyone. I mean, literally, it's weird. You know, the movie just resonates. Each character really, you get to follow their journey. Scarlett's with a guy, and she's not getting credit for. She wants to write songs, and he doesn't believe in her. She sort of has to take her own risk and go and do it on her own. And so I think there's really there's stories that resonate with all different types of people. And what I think differentiates this from other animated movies, it's funny, there are great songs, it looks beautiful, but weirdly I find emotionally it works on like a very deep level, and that's what I think really sets the movie apart from other animated movies that I've seen.
The film has more than 85 classic songs from famous artists, and also has an original song by Stevie Wonder and Ariana Grande called Faith. It will be released by Universal Pictures on December 21st, 2016.
There's only one way left to go, and that's up!
Time for us to take a quick break. When we return, I sit down with musician Dr. Malinga, and he also gives us the latest from his album offering. Stay with us.
What was, the week like in terms of CITES?
I saw there was a news insert about there being genetically engineered sort of rhino horns that have been introduced now. And then that has sort of now been rejected. They're saying that it's sort of going to promote poaching as per se.
The concern that's been raised by law enforcement in that particular regard has been that how do you distinguish between the original and the fake?
Yes.
Because it's going to make it difficult to police.
The rhino horn is the same quality as the nail. If you want something from the rhino horn, just cut your nail and do whatever. What was most striking for me was how the pangolin came into the picture. That was interesting for me because a few years ago in Zimbabwe, if you found a pangolin and you handed it over, you would have an audience with the president.
Wow.
Yeah, and you would be given a certain amount of money. And
wow.
Once that program started, almost every week there was somebody who was getting an audience with the president.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. Now, the month of December for Dr. Malinga means no sleep, agulalegi, with his latest single titled Just That, that's got everyone on their feet in this lifestyle month of Mzansi. We've seen Dr. Malinga evolve as a musician from his debut album that he dropped back in 2014 to being a businessman leading his own record label, Lingas Entertainment. He recently dropped a 26-track double disc album titled Goodwill. We're very excited to have him in studio today to chat about his great works. Agulalegi.
Hey, Agulalegi.
Goodwill.
Maune Mali. Goodwill. Yeah. Hey,
Mauno Jesu.
Mauno Jesu Agulalegi. Maune TV Agulalegi. It's the same thing.
I love Goodwill. I've listened to a couple of tracks.
It's yours, yeah.
You have such a different and a diverse sound.
Yeah.
Something that's for the lovers, something that's for the dancers.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Goodwill, because I called it Goodwill because I'm Dr. Goodwill Malinga, first of all. So there are people who were my friends before, so they know the other side of Dr. Malinga, the Afro pop and Afro jazz, the gospel side. So they were requesting, they were saying, Dr. Malinga, please give us the Afro jazz and Afro pop because we know that you can nail them as you're nailing the house music. So I decided to do a double disc album because of some they know house. I can't just leave them hanging. I just said, let me do a double disc album and just offer them the Dr. Malinga sound.
Something for everyone.
Everyone. Because of even on house, I know even on house, my house is for everyone. Even your gogo, your child, your mkulu, your baba, your everything.
That's what we like. Tell us about some of the collaborations because it's a lot of material here.
Yes.
Certainly there are some songs that you featured other artists.
Yes, let me talk about the house side. The house side, I featured Trademark on Aglalegi, Josta on Sengzwil, and then also the Beat Movement, and then many of those artists, those I featured, the DJs, the producers, they are not known. So I just wanted to introduce the new sound with them because I know that I can kill any beat. And then on the Afro jazz and Afro sound, I have Poncho Masot, he's my long-time friend, long-time producer, and then also Zagas Banyon, he's a bass pianist. So I just said, let me do a different album because of the best album from the previous one is this one, yes.
Now, Dr. Malinga, it's quite common that successful artists or any artist that, make it big in the music industry automatically then want to become more involved in the business side of things. And I know your passion for business as well. Lingas Entertainment, you left Kalawa Jasmine, you're now under your own record label, but you've also got other young artists. Tell us about who those artists are and what we can expect.
Okay, next day you can expect, because I have two artists, is Josta and then also King Royal. So I'm the businessman. My voice is talent, is business. Even when I'm walking, is a business. So at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, you need money. That's why they call it business, because of you doing something so that you can get business. And then I'm also running Lingas Entertainment, and I'm also running the trekking company, Trek Zone. I have a trekking company. You do
it all. Even the Doom made something possible for you. Please tell us about that.
No. If something is trending, if something is trending, you have to trend along. Trend along, and then over the trends, over that thing. 1980. I know I was born.
Move with the time.
Yeah, so you must move with the time because I was just making jokes. Something like that. I was just joking around, something like that.
Dr. Malinga, Agulalegi is also nominated as the SABC Summer Song. How can people vote for you?
Guys, voting for Dr. Malinga because of that Dr. Malinga have that thing, because of I'm part of your life, guys. Whether you like it or not, when you're dancing to my song, that means I'm part of your life because of I just made your life dance. So please vote for Dr. Malinga. It will be an honor because of I don't have an hour, it will be an honor to just cross over. We nearly crossed over with via Orlando, but we couldn't, with Jesus' name. Hallelujah. But
very quickly, take us through your plans for 2017.
2017, I'm a prophet of my own life. Many things will happen. Music, I will stay relevant, and then I want to go Africa now. Do you understand? Because I'm done with South Africa. I have to go Africa, go Tlaselanyana, go Dubanche, maybe Ning one born again, boom, 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 Leri Hananyana, wabona. Yeah, so I want to go. It's a dream.
Beyond the borders.
Yeah, it's a dream. So, and the gigs are there, and then today I'm going to Rajapan. Not Rajapan, my father lives in Rajapan. Marapiane. but I'm performing then also the homecoming more Letlabile, Oskido, so I'm going there now.
All right, that is Dr. Malinga, Mr. Lingers himself. Here is the Goodwill album available at all music stores. Go and support this gentleman who wants to cross the borders of the African continent. He will be performing for us after the break, so stay right where you are because this guy can do anything, even jump the ceiling. Stay with us.
Ceiling jumper. What a judge.
Animation, virtual reality and games. We have all of that and other technology and social media news.
I've got the full version of the game at home, so I play it a lot at home.
We also tell you how Africans are using tech to improve their lives.
We have to close the digital gap.
So join us on Network for your African technology and social media news. That's Network with Ms. Phumelele Zondi every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central African Time.
SABC News on point with news around the world. Live transmissions to keep you informed. When history unfolds, we are there.
At which Clinton and her supporters painted an optimistic portrait of America. Statues of the woman who led the march to the Union buildings in Pretoria in 1956 have been unveiled against the walls of the State Theatre in Pretoria. Sophie de Bruyn, Lillian Ngoyi, Helen Joseph and Rahima Musa led 20,000 other women to the Union buildings against the Dompasers in 1956.
It is for the youth to take the baton that we have already handed over to them.
What has happened to South Africa? Kutheni my posters.
Stay tuned to News Today at 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday on SABC News.
We are now in the final segment of Trendz, and before the break I did promise you a very hot performance by the Lingers himself, Dr. Malinga. He is standing by, taking in a breath, because the performance he's about to give us is certainly on fire. Tomorrow is Christmas. If you're celebrating, love and light to you from myself, Pearl Shongwe, and everybody here. Goodbye.
What a judge. Yeah. Awesome. Don't forget to vote 33175. What a judge. Colindo. Give me the volume. Give me the volume. Nabantu. Rabambegi. What? Kuba busy. Fire lena lena. Abanye maungenai abakuthathi serious nabo sesister bayabaleka akulaleki mayikhona akulaleki iyona le senza kuthi ngalali wenza what's up? What's up? Sure. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Sure. Abangena mali sobezo bathi kuyapora sambeni kuyapora la abana mali shem abana woza batwane mali zonke siyakhipha la kumnandi la siyakhipha la kumnandi la jani uphethe imali leyo ayilalisani nyathi
akulaleki nyasnani
Rangu
kutuvuke vuka hey Malinga. What's up? Hey! Mr. Mapum. What's up? What's up? Hey!